Hello, everyone. It's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is Sunday. It's still July. How is everybody? Awesome. That's really good to hear. Um, I'm still sort of waking up. All right. So today, um, I don't think there's any haul. I'm organizing still a little. Yeah, I don't think there's any haul. Um, there are, of course, whip updates. We've got actually 2 finishes this week, if you can believe that. I know I can't quite believe that. I guess I did look on that one. So we will, we're gonna see what we got. So there is no haul this week, but there is Q&A. Alright, so let's dive right on in. Edwina Bang asks, are the smalls in the white frames Brooks? And what were they stitched on? Yes, they are. They are on, and I believe it's made by Witchelt, maybe Zweigert. It's one of the two. But it's on the natural with brown polka dot fabric. So I thought it gave it sort of a fun vintagey look that worked really well with the dresses. GWiz65 says, I'm doing my first project on black fabric. I'm a stick and stab stitcher, and I'm having trouble seeing the holes when my hand is under the Q-snap casting a shadow. Any tips on how to see holes more clearly on dark fabric? What I find works best is to put something light colored, like a white blanket, in your lap, because then the light will reflect off of the white blanket and up through the holes. A lot of people find doing two-hand stitching works real well with darker fabrics. I do not have the coordination for two-hand stitching, so I can't speak to that myself. I also find having a good light from the top as well helps see the holes. So I hope that helps. Dark fabric is tricky, but sometimes it's the way you have to go. Christy Dene asks, is it possible to get the Fairy Tale Favorites as one pattern? If not, could you please tell me which magazine and which issues it appears? Also, how much margin do you leave for your projects? I believe Shannon is planning to release Fairy Tale Favorites as a full chart. I'm not sure when that'll happen because I'm not entirely sure of the parameters that the magazine set on releases. I don't know if it's 6 months on a SAL like this. I don't know if it's 6 months from the last one, 6 months from the first one. I don't know. However, I can tell you that it started with the January 2019 issue, which I don't know if it has the issue number, but I think it's just the month. So it started in January of 2019, and then the last one, I believe, was December of 2019. Yes. So January through December 2019. 13 separate magazines, but those are where those came from. All right. And how much margin do you leave for your projects? I try to leave a minimum of 1.5 inches on either side. I will go as little as 1 inch if I absolutely have to, but my I try to stay within 1.5 to 2 inches, just because it makes it easier with the Q-snap. Diana Oyola asks, how do you get connected to a group/Sal? It sort of depends. Groups individually, they're mostly on Facebook. So it's kind of up to you there. The Sals, many of them are within the groups, but a lot of the designers will announce when they're doing their own Sals. Either on their websites, through their newsletters, on Instagram, or Facebook. Facebook is kind of a good centralized location for a lot of this stuff. So that's usually how I find out about most of them. Foster Chicken on, a lot of times I will try to fix it, but since it's only about 35 stitches, I don't mind fixing it, especially because I don't want to have weird little half stitches, or any that are, I don't want to, that I don't like to fudge. If I'm off, like, whole stitches, I'll fudge it, but if I'm off a half stitch, that just, I can't handle that. My anxiety doesn't like that. Let's see. Madam Ice, Frankenstein. I think I've settled on using It's About Time from Fortnite Fabrics, but once we get that final stitch or skein count, that'll be what determines what I actually go with. And who knows? Knowing me, I may be like, oh, I'm gonna start in this color, but then I'm gonna switch over here. I mean, y'all know how I roll. Rules? What rules? Alright, so that is it for the Q&A. Like I said, there was no haul to speak of this week, so we'll dive right on in. My stitching plans kind of took a left turn on me on Monday, and then I did like no real stitching for part of the week, so this is a little all over the map. And what did it to me was I got like 1,200 stitches in on Monday. So, the first thing I did was to stitch on a whip that you could compact, which I chose Atlantis. And I stitched up this cute little dolphin. Yay, dolphin! This is by Al Forst Embroidery. And he was just at like 202 stitches, which was awesome. All right. Then I stitched on for a project, something you wouldn't want to bring home, and I said I would not want to bring the Eiffel Tower home because that would be hell to try and ship. This is Adventure Awaits from the Caterpillar. And I got 210 stitches in. So I got the glass of wine, the Eiffel Tower, and the double-decker bus. And as you can see clearly, I did what I needed to, and then I just was like, blam, throw the needle on the needle minder, pack it up, don't even bother putting color back on skein. But I actually think that's the next color I need, so it's fine. We'll figure it out. Alright. So that was the 2 things that I worked on homework-wise that I'd said I was going to work on. Now we'll talk about some of the other stuff. So, Sunday, of course, I worked on Every Season. I will be working on it again this week. I got some decent progress made. Not quite as much as I would have liked, but still pretty decent. So we'll see where I'm at today when I get done, and if I feel like I need to do more during this week, it's going to fill in for 1 or 2 homework slots. But if not, then I'll leave it for next Sunday. Because I do still have next week and the week after before I need to have it done. So I'm on time for the SAL. Right. Plop you up there. Then I did do a little work on quilts. Not a lot, but a little. So I got windows started on that house, and I'm almost done with this side of the house. So this one will definitely be coming out for the homework this week. And I'll tell you why in a moment. So, floop. Alright, so then let's talk about what else I did this week. I did do my restart on Black Cat Hollow. This is on Austrios from Under the Sea Fabrics. The pattern is by Barbara Anna Designs. So I got the first little witch and her scissors and the potted plant done. I'm doing a color conversion of my own, and I'm going to have a mix of witches, so some will be white, some will be black. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm going to redo her skin because it's not showing up as well as I would have liked. It almost makes it look like she's just all one floss. But I used Caterpillar from Color and Cotton for the green. The dark orange is Colonial Copper from Classic Colorworks. The black that you're seeing is Witching Hour from Channel Arts. Her scissors are Dark Indigo from Color and Cotton. And the lighter orange is a Fiberlicious. I know I got this in a Stitchy box because I've never actually ordered from Fiberlicious before. I'm not sure if this was a limited edition or if it's a permanent one, but it's called Sunbaked Orange. So, there you have it. Alright. And then I decided, since I had the week off and it was going to be a small, quick, easy one, I went ahead and did the logo for the Stitching Book Club. This is all the called for colors, and I did it on doubloon from Picture This Plus. It was a fairly quick stitch. I started it Thursday, didn't really get a lot done Thursday, but I did start it Thursday, and, or no, I started it Wednesday. Then I worked on it Thursday, and then I finished it Friday. And then, oh, yes, the other thing I worked on that took up the rest of the homework, I finished The Secret Garden. This is on Brown Sugar from Under the Sea Fabrics. I left off the author's name. I tried it with one strand, I tried it with 2. I could not make her name look good. I have a lot of trouble backstitching letters like that. I don't know why, but I do. So I left it off. I also did not fill in the black part of the lock because I thought on the fabric that I went with, it looked dark enough and it gave sort of a nice shading to it as it was. So I left that alone. But there it is, all done. Alright, so for this week's homework, The first one is going to be to do 200 stitches on something with windows. So I'm going to work on quilts. Then our next assignment is 200 stitches on something that has charms you attach. I don't have anything currently that has charms. So, and it couldn't be buttons or beads. So I'm going to be penalty stitching. That's one of the ones that I think every season will probably slot into. We're supposed to spell out trap for one. So 50 stitches per letter. That's not the bag I wanted. So I'm going to do, since I didn't work on it this week, Fairy Tale Favorites. And the T is for trim on dresses. The R is for Rapunzel. The A is for the apple in Snow White's hand. And P is for princesses, because there's a whole bunch of princesses on it. So, that's what I'm doing there. $200 stitches on a whip that you're powering through. So I put down Strawberry Fields, or Every Season, but I may also switch it to something different. But as much as I do like this one, the house is a bit of a power through. And then I'll carry it over for 200 stitches on a whip that reminds you of a character, and the choices were Mulan, Minnie, or Pluto. So I said Minnie because she wears a lot of red and pink. So, anyhow, that's it for me this week. It's a little bit of a shorter video, but I'll be back next week with more. Hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see y'all next time.